This is a section that needs to achieve one purpose and one purpose only. That is to be compelling enough so it attracts the recruiter's attention to dive deeper to the rest of your profile. If you are currently in the middle management and to move up to a senior leadership role is your goal for 2023, and this video can be for you, we are going to talk about resumes. There's a big difference between the resume when you're applying for a middle management role to the resume you are going to use when you apply for a senior leadership position, because the audience will be different. Those who will be looking at your resume when you're applying for a senior leadership position will be the executive recruiters, presidents, CEOs, and those who are in the C-level positions, even the board members. Let's start by looking at the mistakes you might be making. I've seen many candidates using a chronological resume, which gives a great idea of their career progression, but there is a big limit. That is, your accomplishment and your value is buried in your career timeline. The senior management resume really put the focus on the high-level professional achievement and the value you created as a senior leader. Whereas if you would be using a chronological resume, you put way too much focus on the older positions, educations, certifications you got, and these in total should be taking no more than half page. And the second mistake is in the content. That means what you put in your resume shows you are a great middle manager, but you are not ready for a senior leadership position. So here's what I mean. The number one sign is that you are showing you can do your current job really well by showing the result and the responsibilities of your current job, and you failed to show your leadership capacity, what you can do as a leader, who you are when you lead. And if you want to know what exactly is the leadership capacity, I have developed a checklist that includes 17 qualities a middle manager need to go to a senior leadership role. You can download here for free in the comment area. Find the link there. The number one mistake you might be making in the content is that you show you are a great team member and you can do your current job really well by listing all your job responsibilities, projects, and some results, deliverables you have done for your current job. When you make this mistake, it fails to show your leadership capacity, and it doesn't demonstrate your leadership quality by listing up the accomplishments, achievements, and impact you make. The next mistake you might be making is that you are missing a key differentiator. That is your personal branding, or you can call it a leadership branding statement. When recruiting senior leadership positions, companies are not just looking for a set of competence or experience. They are looking for a decent human being who can collaborate, who can lead, and who can influence, who also has a set of values. And there's one place on your resume that answers this question. That is your personal branding statement or the leadership branding statement. There's research show that when you have a personal branding statement, you will have a higher chance to be contacted by recruiting managers on LinkedIn, and the salary is also much higher than you expected. So what should go to your resume to differentiate you as a senior leader? The first and the most important section of your CV is the top half. This is a section that needs to achieve one purpose and one purpose only. That is to be compelling enough so it attracts the recruiter's attention to dive deeper to the rest of your profile. There are 4 elements you should include in this section. The first and most important is obviously your name, your photo, and the position you're applying for. And the second element that goes into this section is your leadership branding statement, as we have mentioned earlier. That should answer these 3 questions. What makes you unique? What can you do for the company? And what is your value that is relevant to the target employer? The third element that goes into this top half is 3 of your most impressive achievements. When writing them down, please do make sure to give the context and quantify them by using numbers and sizes. For example, the size of the company and the team, the number of locations and market you've managed, also the revenue you've generated, the cost you have saved, and if you refer to a project, do talk about the scale, complexity, and the duration. This section is so critical as you are applying for a senior leadership position, because as someone who is more experienced, your CV is probably longer than a middle management version, And this overview will give the most important accomplishment you have done in your career. When I was hiring, I was scanning through hundreds of resumes, and I always appreciated candidates who had that executive summary. It not only made my job much easier and understand who I should shortlist, it also showed me they have made extra effort. The last element to include in the top half is your competence in categories. For example, digital transformation, change management, revenue generation, cost saving, operations efficiency, profit and loss management. Another good reason to have this section is to help you pass through the applicant tracking system, which is a software scanning through all the resumes and exclude those who does not have these essential keywords. Now we have completed the top half on the first page of your executive resume. What comes after is your most recent position. What goes under the position is your accomplishment in this role, not your job responsibility. Very big difference. I'd always encourage you to use this formula where you can quantify and give the context of your accomplishment. Starting from the challenge, what was the challenge? To what was the solution under your leadership? And last point is what was the result under your leadership and with your solution? By doing so, you can quantify the result, give the context, give the numbers and matrix. So you can repeat this for the most recent 3 positions you had. You might ask, what about the ones that is older than 15 years or 10 years? I would recommend you to condense them and only list company name, the year, and the position you had. Under the working experience, then it comes your education. What you need there is the university name and the degrees you've got. And yes, there is the optional section where you can list your board membership, the certifications, and the volunteering activities that is relevant to the job and position you're applying for. The last step is to tidy up your resume and scrutinize everything you've written down one more time. Ask yourself this question: by written down this, does it help me to strengthen my case or does it distract from it? Having a compelling executive resume was one of the 6 steps I have used when I got my second vice president position in a 11 billion euro company with 40,000 employees globally. And there are other 5 steps. If you want to know all the 6 steps, I'd encourage you to watch this 1-hour-long free training where I revealed all these 6 steps, and you can find the link in the comment area below. I will see you in the next video.